Hello there, David Breslow back here with you. I'm the founder of Performance Success Strategies and the author of Wired to Win. In today's version of Dose of David, I would like to talk to you about something very important. I call it the power of decision. Now, we're making decisions all day long. Unfortunately, for most of us, we're making unconscious choices out of habit and repetition and practice and rehearsal. We may not realize, but we're unconsciously choosing many of the sabotaging actions that we take, many of the negative thoughts that we have, many of the negative emotions that we continue to encounter. We don't realize we're doing it. It's unconscious, but those are still choices. But what's really most important to understand here is that the power of decision means everything. So no matter what you are doing, if you're an entrepreneur, or if you're an actor or an entertainer, or if you're a housewife or a house husband, or you work for a company, or you want whatever you want in your life. You want to write a book, you want more freedom, you want more financial freedom, you want more wealth, you want more health, you want more creativity, whatever that might be. Decision has to be part of the equation. Now, here's what's interesting. I've been coaching people for over 20 years, and also I have my own life experience where there are many times people say to me, "Oh, Dave, I've decided to do this." But then you look at their actual environment, and the environment doesn't match their decision. And so I'm asking you, number one, to be honest about that. Look around at your environment. You have made decisions along the way to maybe make a change or get something more in your life. But look around. Do you have it? Is it in your environment? Do you have that perfect relationship or that ideal relationship? Or do you have that business up and running? Or did you start to write the book? Or whatever it might be that you wanted. Because here's what's interesting about decision. We can fool ourselves into thinking that we actually made a decision. And what I discovered is the majority of the time, the high majority of time, people thought they made a decision, but they didn't really. Because if you truly made the decision, the things you say you want and the things you say you want to have would be much closer to you, or you would actually have them in your experience. That is the power of decision. But it is really easy to fool ourselves into believing it's an illusion. I call it a false positive. We actually fool ourselves into thinking, oh yeah, I made that decision a while back. Well, has that scenario come to you? Well, not really. Why? Because honestly, you have to look in the mirror here. You have to honestly look in the mirror and say, did I really make that decision? Believe it or not, even people with illnesses, many times they talk about wanting to be well and wanting to be better, but they have not yet made that fundamental decision to be healthy and have well-being in their lives. They think they have, and the onlooker would seem obvious that they'd want to be well, but believe it or not, that firm, incisive decision was not yet made. Now, I've encountered this in my own life where I thought I made decisions about certain things. And when I finally realized, I looked in the mirror and I went, Dave, did you really decide that you wanted this? The answer was, not really. It was kind of one of those waffling decisions. It was kind of one of those well, I hope this happens, or I hope to get this, or I hope to feel better. Those are not decisions. So I'm imploring you to be honest about this. And many of the things I talk about, some people don't want to be confronted with it. But I only work with people who really are serious about enjoying their change. But change begins with a firm and clear, commanding decision. You can talk all you want and tell me all you want about things that you want and why they're not there and your frustration about them and so on and so forth. I understand that. I've done it. That's the story. But the bottom line of that story is you have not yet decided. You may not want to hear that. You may not believe it. But I promise you, based on the laws of this universe that we all live in, if you have really, truly decided, you would be engaging those laws to bring to you what it is you say you want. So if it's not there, check it out. You have probably not fully decided. So the power of decision is everything. And people are just running around without making that basic promise, or that basic decision, I should say. And they're running around adding more information, paying money for gurus, hiring coaches, going to workshops, spending thousands of dollars sometimes, going on these retreats and all that. And I'm not saying those are not good. They're fun. People go, they're great. I've been on them. I have a wonderful time, but yet they have not made that singular decision to get what they want. I promise you, do this first. Make the decision. Be honest with yourself. Have you truly made the decision to go from point A to point B? Because the majority of us, when the reality hits, the answer is not really. We've made a hope choice, a wish choice, not a fully committed decision. If you're running a business and it's not going the way you want it to go, check yourself out. Have you made the fully committed decision to be a success? Have you? Have you? Have you made that fully committed decision to write that book, or to be an actor that people want to see and get you cast more? Have you made that full committed decision to enter whatever game you're in and play it full out? Now, you watch professional athletes, they've made that decision. They are willing to do what it takes, to make the sacrifices, to work hard, to do the practicing, to do the inner work. And some of them look at that and study that, find out easier ways to get what they want, because there are easier ways for most people. I'll get into that some other time, maybe. But have you made that firm, committed decision? That's the message today. Please check it out. Look in the mirror. Ask yourself. Look around. Look at your environment. If it's not what you want, if you're not where you want to be, check it out. Ask yourself, have I truly decided to get this? Have you truly decided to get this? So that's the message today. Thank you for joining me for this dose of David. And again, visit www.davebreslow.com. There's a great free training video there on empowerment, and I hope you enjoy it. I look forward to speaking to you next time. Take care.